Welcome y'all to the I AM STS Podcast.
Yeah.
We got a guest in the building, Jay.
But what it on,
Man, our big bro, man. Big bro, man.
Hey, we gotta put some respect on the name.
Doctor.
D-O-C-D-O-C.
Man. Whoa.
No, doctor.
You spell it.
I spell it out.
Okay.
I'm saying we gotta put respect on his name.
I'm about to say, you graduated man cool out in there.
I did.
So don't make me take it. Lie again.
Y'all got me sitting in the midst of this right here, man. You know.
What's that on me?
Yeah.
Dr. B, but
Dr. B. More than Dr. Bernard. Dr. Bernard Williams. Been in the industry for 13 years, in juvenile justice for 13 years, right? Doctorate in psychology.
Yes, sir.
Father, just had a 16th anniversary, husband's 16th anniversary.
Yeah, 16 years married. Dr. Angela Williams.
Yeah.
We have had a beautiful family, three children.
Braylon, Bailey.
Got a teenager. Bailey's 12 and Braylon's 17, Bailey's 12, and Danny's 5.
Let's go.
So now Braylon's got his license to help him drive over the summer.
Okay, let's go.
And so he's dropping the kids off, man, at school in the morning, you know.
Drop them off.
Training. You train up a child in the way they should go, man. So
We just talk about exposure.
We did right here. He elevated them what?
Responsibility.
Let's go.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. Appreciate you rocking with us, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've been knowing you for a little while, Doc.
Yeah. 2008, 2009, I believe. Somewhere.
It was 2000. No, it was 2011.
11.
Because we just go to a Bible study.
Yes. 6 a.m. in the morning.
Ooh, 6 a.m. in the morning, bro.
Y'all sitting up at 6?
I still do.
About 4 actually.
Yeah.
Did you stick it up? Mixed topic. But nah, man, we wanted to bring Dr. Bernard. So Dr. Bernard is actually one of our board members for STS as well.
Yes.
And so, man, we appreciate your service, man. We appreciate all that you do, man. But man, we just wanted to kind of bring you on, man, and just talk about, man, from your perspective, man, seeing STS, man, you've been in the juvenile justice space for 13 years, 10 plus years. And so you've seen just so many different spaces and everything around it. So, man, we just wanted to kind of bring you on and pick your brain, man, if that's okay.
Absolutely. I'm honored to do so. 13 years in juvenile justice. And before then, I was in community mental health. And before then, an intern with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So I've had like a host of youth-related experiences. Matter of fact, it was with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital that the social work, I was on the floor with the kids in that TTU outpatient clinic, rolling around cars. And she literally, the social worker called me one day and she was like, hey, literally kids are crying to not leave you. And most kids cry to come to the hospital because TTU outpatient clinic was a clinic where kids had sickle cell. So they had to get a lot of blood related treatment and medications and shots. And so I would go in the room with the family to extract the kids out or siblings out and play with them. And that's a stressful time for families. And it really landed. The lady referred me to my next opportunity. She was like, hey, you need to be focused on this because you're really gifted with children, man. And it's actually been probably the most purpose-driven careers in my life is to, give my life back to the next generation. And I know that's exactly why I add all these responsibilities on me, just like STS been on the board with you guys. It's because it's purpose-driven work. And I know that you guys and even the board members have a sincere heart for children here in Shelby County. And we want to see them be even better than us. That's key. We want to see them exceed more than what we were at their age and give them more wisdom and more connections and a network and hopefully share things with them and mentor them in a way where they don't have to have all these pitfalls that we fell in.
No question.
So for me, it's just invaluable to be able to, share with our next generation and show them the way that they should go.
Well, it's funny. What people don't know is where you could have went to the MLB.
Right.
So you were in a career path, where athletic sports path where you wanted to go to the MLB and it changed. So talk about the changing of a pathway that you've been working for all your life. You got friends, you got brothers that went to the league.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So talk about the having to transition to really a purposeful field versus what you perceived was where you're supposed to go. Yeah.
All right. So, life has its way of showing you things at the same time. So let me just name out there. I had some incredible mentors I just went back home and I've had deep embedded relationships. What you're talking about, my 7th grade basketball coach and my high school football coach. Actually, when I was acting up in even elementary school, the principal call them down and correct me, right? So I've had these relationships my entire life that I've been able to call on in critical crossroads, I would call. And at those crossroads, and that is that's a unique crossroad to have when you are in high school and a Major League Baseball team is saying, hey, I just drafted you and you got a full scholarship in hand and you got an MLB deal in hand. And so, and my father's dead. I don't have that male person as a father in the home, but these coaches, these mentors were the guys that poured into me and they were like, hey, listen. And then when you look at a contract with the MLB, most people don't think about is if you get an injury, they can cut you at any point. That's significant. Most people think that like you get an injury, they can just, you get an injury, they like, hey, we can cut you. Or for no reason at all, they can just cut that deal and move on to the next person. But my mentors were like, listen, you've taken these advanced placement classes from algebra all the way to calculus. If they cut you at year 2, it's going to be hard to go back and learn how to do this calculus again.
You was AP?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I had AP chemistry.
How you getting that class? It's like, man, look.
Yeah, man.
But they never let me know.
And I wasn't an AP student either. It was my math teacher. It was my math teacher in high school, Vivian Thigpen. And I just saw her when I went home and ate lunch with her. Long relationships again. I probably spent more tutoring hours with her, one-on-one. She made me stay back for tutoring. I'm a 3-sport athlete, football, basketball, baseball, but she wanted me to master the material.
You can hoop too?
Yeah, I can hoop, man. I'm Mississippi. I'm a Mississippi. So I grew up in Columbia, Mississippi, in which there are
really learn this now.
Yeah. No community center. So you outdoors most of the day, like playing basketball, playing baseball, playing football, and really, truthfully, most of the time, my mom made sure we were outdoors. Yeah. So great mentors in my life. Great mentors.
Let's go, bro.
That's why I didn't know about basketball. I didn't know you was a hooper.
Oh, yeah, I can hoop, man. I can hoop. That's how I tore my Achilles tendon. I was hooping at the YMCA, the Fulgham YMCA downtown. I used to hoop like literally Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So the question is, do you still got it?
Listen, I need to get in some, well, let me tell you this. I got to get in some shape. Okay. Let me just say that, basketball's a different kind of shape. So I might be able to do some horse or some out. Yeah, 21.
Jake can hoop too.
No, I played defense. I played defense. I was never a scorer. You know what have me both. How many times? Hey, they're going
to drop a video.
They're going to be memeing you, man.
I was a defender. I played defense.
Point guard.
I was a defender. I could play anything. Hey, let's move on. It's a perfect time to talk about our sponsor, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, we got the dopest sponsor in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm telling you, y'all, we are honored to be sponsored by B2 Media, where you get clear, concise, and creative media, y'all. They do some great work. If you're looking for video, web, anything interactive for our podcast, like what we're doing today, there's only one place to go.
Yep.
B2 Media, right? Again, a great company, and they do everything that you see. Alton said we in 8K.
Yeah.
I know when you look at it, you feel like you probably can reach out and touch it. It's that clear.
Yeah.
Right? Again, so they do great work here. And if that's something you're looking for, anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out to B2 Media. All right? Uncle Mark, what's going on?
Uncle Mark. Appreciate you, Doc.
Always appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we finna be, you trying to see me out. You trying to see me out?
I'm trying to put him in the game.
Yeah.
Talk about, because you are a board member for STS, but you also serve a dual role, you know, and that helps with students' future and their journey. Right, let's just talk one before we get into what you do in your 9 to 5, what you the role you play there. Let's talk about why STS. Like what made you say, guys, put me in the game? Or how can I support you all in setting the standard and impacting our young people?
Yeah, I think number one, if you see it, you can be it. If you behold it, you can become it. So one of the things was just seeing you guys, your dedication early in the morning. You guys were really getting after it. I think my conversation that I've had with other board members is you guys attracted us to STS because we saw your compassion for children and your heart for seeing young people get to a wonderful destination in their lives. So for me, it was seeing you guys on your journey and what you were trying to accomplish. And you know, I think as board members, we saw your selflessness in this work, and it wasn't about you. It was truly about the children. And I think that's the type of feel that most people who give to STS and who would give to a St. Jude, there is a desire, there is a cause that we're really trying to get after. We know when we say St. Jude, hey, we're trying to save kids from cancer. When we talk about STS, for me, it is saying, hey, we're trying to help build a career path. We're trying to get kids connected to their God-given destiny to ensure that they are future leaders for tomorrow, and not just saying it in a cliche way, but we want to make sure that if you want to do technology, we connecting you with somebody that's doing technology. You want to be an engineer, we getting you into engineering. And then we want to build you up a network of people who are sincere about it and who's going to walk with you along the way. And I think for us, too many of us, people are trying to do this thing in silos. There's a movie right now that is really just hot, The Forge. And when he held out, if you haven't seen the movie yet, when he held out that sword, his hands were shaking, trying to hold that sword by himself. But then when those other people started helping him hold it up, there was no shaking. There was really alignment. And that alignment, you know, if you ever had your car out of alignment, you got a lot of potholes, the car's shaking. Really, we want our young people to really just be on a smooth trajectory. Now, if you have issues, we can divert you back. But you got people, a Rolodex of individuals that you can call on to support you. And that is crucial. And I think that's what STS brings. And even the people that's on the board have diverse perspectives. We don't always agree. And y'all don't even work. And then you guys selected some tough people. We don't agree with y'all.
No question.
We don't. You have people in the room that's like some meetings. I know y'all mad at us. We mad at y'all.
I'm on the phone with
Jim. Like, man, I can't believe they said that. And you know, iron sharpens iron. Wood won't do it. You know, you put iron against wood, the iron's gonna cut it every time. And so you guys have who've appointed top level leaders, in my opinion, who are leaders in other organizations throughout the city, are actually leading their own organizations. And we are not just yes men, yes women. We leave those meetings at times and you guys are upset with us because we didn't agree with you and we see different perspectives. You see something that we don't see and vice versa. But when we leave there, I believe, and we keep the children at the center of what we're trying to accomplish, it basically means that organization is going to grow to accomplish even more. I don't believe that if you have a board that is just silent and really won't challenge you guys as leaders, you really won't reach that next level of opportunity and even reach more youth, because we know that we need to go set goals in a way where if it's 500,000, we need to get to 1 million, 2 million. And we need to be reaching more kids. The more we can do for our youth, and the more funds that we can bring in, we know that you guys at that point, now it's hard to get to those type of levels, but when you get there, we know that that ultimately that we'll be able to reach more children. And I know that even some of the system that you guys have built with assessing kids on their careers, so on and so forth, we need to continue to grow and maximize your leadership and maximize our community as a whole.
Bro, and I think the only way you get that type of explanation, that type of passion, is if you're not doing this for a resume builder.
Man. Yes.
And I think that's a great point, bro. And I know as young professionals, as professionals in general, we're trying to find ways to elevate our careers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is nothing's wrong with it. And I think there's an importance to say, hey, look, this can't just be something you are trying to build your resume on and say you're a part of, just to be able to feel it as a spot and say, I did this. And I think your passion and a lot of our board members, we know that it ain't no resume builder. Yeah. And here's the reality, bro. What's going to happen is if you're on a board and you're amongst people who are there for real passion, purpose, they live and breathe a mission, and you're there for a resume builder,
they gonna drown you out.
They gonna drown you out. You won't be there long. It's one or two things. They're gonna push you out. You're gonna push yourself out.
Yeah.
Or you gonna develop a passion.
You gonna have to. Yeah. You gonna have to.
And this is what I said about tens. Yeah. You guys went out and selected tens. Yeah. And you didn't go down for ones and twos. Yeah. You know, you guys went after tens. Mm-hmm. And by you having tens in the room, everybody's challenging each other. Mm-hmm. All right, who's going to reach out to this person? Yeah. And then we're leaving there with an action, with action items to accomplish. Yeah. And then when we go to the next meeting, everybody's being held accountable. Okay, did you reach out to this person? Come on. Did you contact? Yeah. And ultimately, sometimes me as a board member, like, oh, I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. But we can recenter for the, realign for the next meeting so that we can actually accomplish the things. But it actually, the text messages and the constant follow-ups, the mixers that we just had, the mixer we just had, all of those touch points are vital.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Man, so, man, Dr. B, again, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you as a friend, as a board member, but more importantly, as a brother, right? Yeah. I think that brother piece is man. That's a blessing. Mm-hmm. But we do work that focuses on careers and helping students find purpose in their careers. But you have a unique position because you talk about alignment. You get a chance to see in your office every single day students that the alignment is a lot off and they've navigated into some situations that have the potential to deter them from their ultimate destination. And that's kind of, I think, one of the things why we were excited to have you on our board, because you see every single day the potential impact if we don't get the alignment right. Mm-hmm. You see what can happen when community organizations, leaders, individuals, families don't come together to fix or realign that student. They may have to come see you.
Right.
And then they may ultimately have to take a detour and have to do some things a little different moving forward. I have to have some time to think, about their journey. So talk about that a little bit, because that role is very critical, especially in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. And in the way that you can, where it doesn't affect,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You, no matter what, kids are following something.
Absolutely.
And they're following someone. Mm-hmm. And there is a relationship ultimately that they're after.
That's good.
And they're going to follow either the wrong person, but that person is available. And if that person is available and they're giving them opportunity, see, it's the same concept that we're talking about now. STS, here's a positive opportunity. But if STS is not there to reach out to the young person, then they're going to take, it seems like the path of destruction is wide. It's so many things that are vying for their attention, more now than ever. Social media is reaching out to them. There's so many distractions that are trying to drive them to really capture drugs and negativity from gangs and all of these other things. But when you give them an opportunity and there's something important about being around authentic people who have their best interests at heart. They know it. They pick up on it when you interact with them. I'll never forget. I went to one of our detention facilities, and these are the kids that, that committed the most serious level offenses. Went in their room, and we were in a stadium, and I actually brought Cameron Kinley with me, who was a former NFL player, and Cameron Kinley just did a TED Talk. But Cameron went with me, and I went up there, and one of the things I told the young men, and they were all hunched over. First thing I said to the boys, and with their guards all around, it's the first thing I told them, hey, first thing I want to say to all of you young men, I love you.
All right. I knew you were going to say that.
In unison, they responded back to me, we love you too. How many young men have ever heard another man say to them, I love you. Hey, I love you. And then everything after that, and I was sincere with that, everything after that was like, okay. But I think also having something in hand, I feel like so many rooms and communities we can go into by coming in like this. Like, I don't have a gun on my hip, but I go in with a box of pizza. And that box of pizza, I've never seen kids not take that pizza and eat that. And it's a CC's. It could be Little Caesars, $5 pizza.
Don't bring no Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. So I'm good. Chick-fil-A, you just.
You have to
The gates open.
The gates are going to open. So when you go in with donuts, you go in with love. It is amazing that young people will gravitate towards that opportunity. And here's the thing about it. Yeah. I don't have to say anything. Just enjoy the pizza the first time. Yeah. Go again, enjoy it again. So one of the things that we're doing, even with our juvenile justice staff, we're going to go, some of our partners, we're going to go eat with the kids. So the staff, we sit around and eat. And guess what we talk about? Just kicking it with them, right? We're just talking about, so is there anything you need? Blah, blah, blah. And we're talking all of these things. And I think that what we're able to do, it humanizes us who work in the juvenile justice system, where they can see us as people, as dads and cousins and uncles, where we can do some relationship building. Now, although you may have an ankle monitor on, but but they're actually asking questions, and we're able to say, you know what? You keep coming to this program, we can move you off of that thing. And that's the ultimate goal, is deep, abiding relationships and even building trust with young people. But I think the one way to get to their heart is through being generous to them. Like I said, the pizza, the food, and just no agendas attached. And I don't have to coach them all the time. Like talking down to them, that stuff doesn't work. You really want to be a person who is authentic and just really, I would say, you want to have on your heart really what's best for them, and when you do that, they can feel that and they'll gravitate towards you.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
Man, Alton,
what's up, bro?
You remember we had a saying, man, we learned this.
Yep.
Without relationships, the stupid people prevail.
Yeah.
And that's been the core of, maybe they ask us again, what's y'all thoughts? Like, we always lead with relationship first. Before I tell you to pull your pants up is relationship. Before I tell you need to get your grades together, it's relationship. Before we tell you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, it's relationship. Because without the relationship, you don't have a connection.
No connection.
And I remember Alton, man, in Memphis is, a beautiful city, man. If you haven't been to Memphis,
come to the city.
Y'all come to the,
gotta get it.
I promise you, man, when you come, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy the people, the food, the culture. Man, it's a beautiful place. But man, one thing, we got a lot of young people that experience poverty, right?
Yes.
And the one thing we learned early, after what's the sauce, is that we had to, as you mentioned, with the pizza, you have to come with something.
Yes. Yes.
And not in the sense that you got to pay, but there has to be because when they go home, they may be going home to lights cut off. They may be going home to a situation where the only time they ate was doing lunch.
Yes.
And they got another 24 hours before they eat anything. So we had to learn that just showing up, while it's good, we had to find other ways to approach our young people so that it can help accelerate that relationship.
Right. Yep.
So that it can help cultivate that relationship. And they may not know you as nobody, but hey, Mr. B with the pizza. Mr. B always got the pizza.
Yeah.
Or, hey, Mr. B always got the stories. But we had to realize that just the presence is good and it's necessary.
Yeah.
But we had to get creative around how do we make a transaction. And sometimes it's food. Sometimes we may give a gift card. Sometimes we make cash. Right. It may be, hey, man, I like that hoodie, man. You go ahead and add it. But we had to find creative ways to make tangible and intangible transactions.
Yes.
To begin to plant seeds.
Yeah. And you making a deposit. So these are deposits, and it's the same. These are principles.
Yep.
If you put an apple seed in the ground, ultimately, you're going to end up getting an apple tree.
Some apples. Yeah.
And then apples.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you are sowing grief in their lives, if you are sowing anger in their lives, that will actually grow up to become somebody who commits the aggravated assault, the aggravated robbery, the murder. But we can intercept that when you come and you're giving them plant seeds of love and joy and peace and hope. And that you're showing them a different way. These are seeds that you're planting that will really ultimately transform who they are and really get down to the root of what they need anyway. You know what I mean? We all need good relationships, people we can trust and love. And when we come with an open hand that way, most people, even when I see certain news stories and people like, we need more police, we need more guns. You need more pizzas. You need more Chick-fil-A. You need more open hand giving and hugs and, in an appropriate way, but sit downs and one-on-ones and in group settings. And I believe through those type of interactions, we'll start seeing young people really take a different shift. And they'll know without a shadow of a doubt who they can call on. And then they will want to become that next CEO like you guys are, co-founder of their own business. And you can walk with somebody instead of you just like willy-nilly trying to start something and it fails. It takes a lot of support, y'all know, to start a business. It takes a lot of good people behind you. And that's ultimately what we got to do for our next generation. We got to have a lot of good people in their lives and authentic people who are going to really align with their vision and try to help them out.
And I think what we're saying, we're talking about environment, bro. Environment. We're talking about environments, right? When you plant that apple seed in the ground, it's the environment that allows it to grow. It's the environment that allows it to be what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And a lot of times, whether kids coming from a impoverished background or a two-parent background, it's the environment they come into that helps them grow to be the person they need to be, right? So, for example, like we do have kids that come from poverty. We also got kids that come from a two-parent home and they don't have the support they need from a family member, from their parents, right? And so the same person that lives in a certain area of the city that don't have what they need, they ain't eating with the same person that living in the best part of the city may be struggling with that same thing because of environment, right? It looks better. You feel what I'm saying? It look good, but it's broken down on the inside. You know what I'm saying? This situation, it look bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's broken down on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to get our young people in a space and an environment where we're able to cultivate development, cultivate love, cultivate peace, cultivate kindness, and go into a space. And I think that's what you create. When you said I love you, you created an environment.
It shifted. The whole atmosphere. The whole atmosphere shifted. He's not, ultimately, by me saying that first, it automatically say he's not about to talk down to me.
Oh, no question.
It's going to be something else. And this is going to be a welcoming message. And a welcoming message is ultimately one filled with generosity, filled with hope. And then I'm partnering with you. And then I'm listening to you. I want to be able, we got to get, even though we're adults. But there's a new generation and they're being raised with an iPhone or whatever else and iPads. And there's a new book that's called The Anxious Generation. And I believe we can break that cycle by, have y'all had a conversation recently with some young people and they're in the room and their social skills are really, they're struggling.
Oh, you know what? A generation of introverts.
I mean.
No question.
But also that pandemic, it forced them to be by themselves.
Right.
And
isolation.
I don't know how to even communicate. I can't look you in the eye.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how to communicate with you because I was used to just shooting a little text message.
Right. Yeah. I'm at home and my son will send a text message. He's 17. Like, hey, Daddy, I'm about to get ready to leave.
If you don't come down, come and see me, man.
You know, and like we have to. I think there's some basics that we have and foundational truths. There's nothing like good old face to face, sitting at a dinner table, and have an opportunity for us to share stories with no distractions. Distractions. You know, everything. One of the things on most of our devices now, they want you to turn on notifications. No, bing, 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 bing. Everything's want to like remind you. But I think it's something about like having Sabbath moments where there's no distractions. There's quietness. There's stillness. Nobody can reach me. And then even for parents, this is a good reminder for even us who are helping professionals, self-care. How do we get to a place where we're quiet? We can read a book with no distractions.
Well, let's talk about the do not disturb. Well, let's talk about it. Because I think you got your phone do not disturb, right? And I think there needs to be a parameters around it. I hear you, doctor.
Don't start saying notifications. Notifications is when they remind you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, bro. Yeah. So I think there's a way to make your favorites so they can call you. I call this man. I gotta send him a
calendar invite.
Yeah, man. I gotta send it. We know he sent a text message and say, "Do you want to respond quietly or notify quietly?" I'm like, "No, loudly. Notify him loudly." I tried to call him. I'm just saying, bro. So the do not disturb piece. Okay, I'm just. We gotta put some parameters around it, man. Because I think some people abuse it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're being silly.
I apologize.
Well, listen, I know we got about 2 or 3 more minutes to wrap this podcast up. Dr. B, you shared a lot.
Yeah.
And definitely want to ask you if you could, because you see it all, if you could make it appeal to our audience why they need to get involved. Maybe, of course, we want to try to get involved in STS, but why do we need? You mentioned the kid that had the sword out, and his community came out to support him so that alignment could get right. Can you just make an appeal on why it's important for people to get involved into these young people's lives, get involved in their community?
Right. So most people, there's a few things that I think is important. I'm a board member. Every single month, I'm giving financially to the organization. I think the wellspring of your heart is connected to your purse, to your wallet. And so sacrificially, like I know coffee and, Coke and Sprite, those things cost money, but so does this level of work. I think it's critically important for the organization to continue to grow. If we're reaching 50, we want to reach 100, 150. So each year we need to continue to grow, to expand so that we have because when we have 8th graders getting services, 9th, 10th, 11th, and then there's a college program that's involved as well. So we from middle school, high school, and college. Not many programs is touching multiple levels where you can have the college kids come back and speak with the kids that are middle and high school and vice versa, and giving them that level of exposure and education. So I think it is critically important for us to continue to expand. We got to dream big and think big, where it's got to be multiple cities across the state of Tennessee. This is something that needs to be replicated to a point where we're reaching the nations.
Yeah. I love it.
And man,
Appreciate it.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. You mentioned something about love. We're gonna wrap it up. You talked about how you said "I loved you." It changed the atmosphere. And also, when we first started, we made it we made a vow to not call our young people at risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
We made a vow. Our definition of at risk is what?
It's different, man. At risk of being mediocre.
At risk of being mediocre.
Yep.
every child in America, from that definition, is at risk of not reaching their full potential and being mediocre. So, man, that environment that you mentioned, Dr. B, those that piece of those are things that really are important to really help our young people have an environment that cultivates excellence.
Yep.
And Dr. B, I think you are definitely an individual, not only in STS. We got an STS show we heard on Tuesday where they talked about how he spoke to a young man his whole life. Yeah. His whole life. They're like, he never speak, never smell like that. So you know what you're talking about. But, man, thank you for choosing STS. Thank you for serving with STS.
My pleasure.
And thank you for being on the podcast as a guest.
Yeah, man.
And for joining us on this work, because it's tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's tough, it's exciting.
Yep.
But it's purposeful.
Absolutely.
And thank you. I'm gonna let Alton close us out, man.
Nah, man, that's it, bro. I'm just gonna be my dog, man.
Yeah.
This, man, my bro, man, Dr. Bernard, man, from the 5 o'clock meetings at the crib, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, man, the Bible studies you poured into both of us, man, and held us accountable, not only from organizational standpoint, but, man, from a faith standpoint, man.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate, man, just your light, man, and who you are, and your mark has been made on this earth, man.
Wow.
So we appreciate you, man. And so we're gonna wrap this thing up with the creed. B.
I think I'm following behind you. Come on, let's see if we got it.
All right.
Go ahead, Jake.
What we come to do?
Compete
How we rocking?
with excellence.
I'm a boss.
I got more to learn.
I'm a student.
I got
more to learn.
I'm a leader.
I got more to change.
How we with it?
On purpose.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Look,
Hey, this is
get it one time. Get
a
it
little
two
baby
times.
clap.
Get it 3 times.
This is what we do.
I am STS Podcast.
Like, share, comment.
Like, share, comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.